Fire has destroyed a World Heritage Site in Syria. Government and opposition forces have been battling for control of the northern city of Aleppo. The ancient markets there were burned in their latest fight.
The Syrian city of Aleppo remains a battleground. Rebel forces opposed to President Bashar al-Assad's government announced a new offensive on Thursday. And amateur video uploaded to the internet purportedly shows fierce gun battles between the two sides. As the violence escalates, Syrian television has aired footage of government soldiers for the first time. More than 30,000 people have been killed since the uprising began, according to human rights groups.
Hundreds of years of history consumed in minutes. The medieval souks of Aleppo are made largely of wood and filled with clothing, spices and other goods, making a combustible combination. Fighters and civilians have tried to battle the flames, but few have firefighting equipment. The rebels claim that even approaching the souk has been made difficult by the presence of government snipers.
This Sunday, the fire is still burning near the Victory Gate, an historic neighbourhood. The fire was started by shots from snipers, and because of them, no one can intervene to put out the fire.
In recent days, rebels launched a major offensive here. They've been struggling for control of the old city, home to both the covered market and Aleppo citadel. Shown here before the fighting broke out, the citadel also faces irreparable damage. Only recently it was undergoing a major restoration project. Now the 12th century castle finds itself being used once again as a fortification by government troops. Both the market and the citadel are UNESCO World Heritage Sites, with the organisation calling the fire a disaster. Many relics of Syria's rich cultural history have suffered during the country's civil war. Castles have become part of the conflict, while there have been reports of museums and archaeological sites being looted.
We have been concerned about the situation, the fragility and the vulnerability of the cultural heritage in Syria since the beginning of the conflict. Our Director General has called on numerous occasions on all parties to the conflict to respect and protect cultural heritage in this particular situation.
Fighters of the Free Syrian Army say if they can take the city, they will strike a critical blow to the regime by gaining control of the country's economic capital in a war that has killed as many as 30,000 people so far. Our news team traveled inside Syria this weekend, and a rebel commander told us he is frustrated by the power of government warplanes. He told us if the world enforced a no-fly zone or gave the Free Syrian Army anti-aircraft weapons, this 18-month-old war would be over in 2 days. Tonight, there is no end in sight, and while many fear this war could become a wider regional conflict, the UN is predicting as many as 700,000 refugees could flee Syria by the end of this year.